Barcelona are targeting 22-year-old Levante striker Karl Etta Eyong, one of the new sensations of La Liga. His numbers this season are seriously impressive: 8 matches, 5 goals and 3 assists. And yes, one of those goals came against Real Madrid. We're launching a new segment on the channel called Scout, where I'll be telling you about Barcelona's transfer targets. The first will be Etta Eyong, and the trick is you can choose the next one. Write in the comments whose story you want to see in the next episode. And let's make a deal. If this video gets 1,000 likes, I will cover the most requested one in the next episode. But let's stay realistic, okay? No Haalands, no Alvarez's. The club's financial situation is, well, let's just say it's tight. Alright, let's get back to Karl. It all began in the hot Cameroonian city of Douala, where a little boy with fire in his eyes, Karl Edward Blaise Erean, spent his days chasing the ball with friends. His first coach still remembers. He had no boots, but when he touched the ball, everyone forgot about it. He moved as if the field belonged to him. His path started at Galactic Football Academy, a small local academy that didn't have much, but taught discipline and persistence. Old balls, sand instead of grass, long training hours, all of it built his character. So when Spanish scouts noticed him, it wasn't just because of his skills, but because of that mentality. In January 2022, at just 18 years old, Eyong took his first big step and moved to Spain to join Cádiz's youth team. That's a club where young players aren't pampered, so you have to earn your chance. And that's exactly what Etta did. No family, no comfort, just a dream. When he arrived at Cádiz's academy, no one called him a future star. He wasn't the fastest, he wasn't a wonder kid, but he had something you can buy: the cool confidence and relentless work ethic. He started as a central midfielder, a box-to-box type who ran, fought, and covered space. But that's where he began to discover something else: his striker's instinct. He would burst forward, read the game, and catch moments. Each goal looked less like a surprise and more like the next step in his evolution. We saw he was different. His eyes were always looking forward, said Cádiz youth coaches. His first season, 2022-2023, was one of adaptation. Eyong played 14 matches for Cádiz B, scored no goals, but still earned a reputation as a tireless worker who never stops running. Then came the 2023-2024 season. That's when things really started moving. Moved closer to the attack, he played 32 matches and scored 14 goals in the Segunda RFEF. In total, 46 matches, 14 goals for Cádiz B. For a player who had just changed position and was still adapting to life in a new country, it was a real breakthrough. People started noticing him. Coaches across La Liga began asking, who's that kid scoring every other game? When his coach first tried him as a center forward, many doubted it. He seemed too hard-working for a striker, but that move actually changed his career. He became what they call in Spain a delantero total, which means a complete forward who doesn't just wait for the pass but creates moments himself. He started scoring constantly and soon got his first team call-up. He made his La Liga debut on the 19th of January 2024 against Alaves. A few minutes on the pitch, but they meant a lot. In summer 2024, Villarreal signed Eyong on a 3-year deal. In a club famous for developing young talent, he found the perfect environment. That's where his transformation was completed. In a single season with Villarreal B, he scored 19 goals. 19 goals! From deep positions at high speed against grown men. So his style became mature and uncannily similar to the kind of forwards Barcelona love. Eyong's game is a blend of old school grit and modern energy. He's not your typical African striker. He's not just about power. He reads the game like a playmaker, he moves like an inside forward, and he fights for every ball like a midfielder who remembers his roots. His key traits: body control and balance, impossible to knock off the ball, spatial awareness, always finding pockets between lines. Instinct, knows when to move, when to pause. Finishing, quick, sharp, without overthinking. Off-ball work, he creates the moment. And that's where the comparisons began. Every time he scored, people called him the new Samuel Eto'o. Samuel Eto'o, a Barcelona legend and the most successful African striker in the club's history. From 2004 to 2009, he played 201 matches and scored 131 goals, 108 of them in La Liga. He won 3 La Liga titles, 2 Champions League, and scored in both finals, including the famous one against Manchester United in 2009. Eto'o became a symbol of African pride in Europe, and now, a decade and a half later, another Cameroonian might be walking the same road. Eyong isn't at Barça yet, but his story feels like an echo of Eto'o's. Both from Cameroon, both street football products, both not from La Masia, but driven by fire, and both born with that one thing you can't teach: the killer instinct. Eyong plays like Karl Etta Eyong, fearless, direct, no ego, just goals, wrote Spanish journalists after his brace for Villarreal B. On the 1st of September 2025, Levante signed Eyong on a 4-year deal. Transfer fee around 3 million euros. For some clubs that's pocket change, but for him it was proof that every step from Douala to La Liga was worth it. His first matches, goals again. Spanish media quickly said, Levante's new striker plays as if he's been in La Liga for years. His debut goal against Girona went viral, calm finish, arms wide open, no celebration. And that's when Barcelona entered the picture. The club has long been scouting young, versatile, undervalued talents. And Eyong's name has been in their report since his Villarreal days. Scouts wrote, a forward who fits Flick's system, strong, technical, discipline, understands combination play. According to the area of sport, Barça even considered triggering his 30 million euros release clause, or signing him now and loaning him out for experience. Why does he fit Barcelona? First, physical power and explosiveness. Flick's system already has intelligence. Lewandowski and Ferran Torres understand positional principles and movement. But what Barca lacks is raw energy. A young forward who can break lines, press defenders, and explode into space. Eyong is exactly that. At 22, he combines endurance, strength, and pace. Everything Barcelona's attack currently misses. He plays with constant movement, aggression, and courage, on and off the ball. He can drag defenders wide, open channels for Yamal or Pedri, then cut inside and finish himself. He is the kind of striker who makes defenders breathe harder, wrote the Spanish press after his Levante matches. Second, the price. In a market where average prospects cost 50 million euros, his 30 million euros clause is a bargain. And with Lewandowski likely in his final season, Barca will soon need a new, hungry, physical striker. Eyong could be that player, a long-term project with huge upside and minimal risk. Third, the mentality. Barcelona aren't just looking for technical players anymore, they're looking for fighters. Eyong never gives up, never drops his head, even when the game goes against him. He's not a finished superstar, he's a player still growing, and that's exactly the kind of talent Barca has always known how to unlock. If Eto'o once became the voice of a generation, proved that an African striker could conquer Camp Nou, then today Eyong is a reminder that the story isn't over. His journey is only beginning, and in every moment there's a spark of that same fire. I don't play for fame, I play to remember where I came from, Eyong once said. If Barcelona really make the move, if he one day walks out onto Camp Nou in the Blaugrana short, it won't just be a transfer. It will be history repeating itself, from Eto'o to Eyong, from legend to successor. If you want to be among the first to know whether Barca really make this move, open the Barcelona Live app. There you'll find all the latest news, transfer rumors, and insider analytics, even stories that haven't yet reached the media. In Barcelona Live, you see everything before the journalists post it, even before Fabrizio Romano tweets it. This isn't just football, it's living the Barca life. Link is in the pinned comment, as always. Do you think Eyong could really follow Eto'o's path? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Smash the like button if you believe in his future at Barca, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss a story about the young talents who could shape Barcelona's future. Thank you for watching. Bye!
Caminando por la vida, sin pausa pero sin prisa, procurando no servir con una sonrisa.